to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on my video. My name is Dina. Welcome to the family. Today I wanted to share with you how I create my self-love jar spell. But it's also something that you can give to someone who's maybe having a hard time, that's doubting themselves, that's feeling insecure, or has opened up to you about certain things that they're having a difficult time with. I think it's just a really nice gift to give someone. And I just really hope that this self-love jar spell helps you the way it has helped me. So let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure you have a safe space. Somewhere that you feel comfortable, somewhere where no one's gonna interrupt you. This is probably a better thing to do when you're home alone. I like to set the mood with a candle, but if you prefer like incense or burning sage or whatever that may be, you can choose whatever feels right for you. You could even use a diffuser, have an oil going. Another thing you can do to set the mood is to play some sort of really peaceful, calming music. Lo-fi music is also one of my favorites for any sort of rituals or journaling. It's just really calming and relaxing. So yeah, music can definitely set the mood. I like to make sure I create a space, a working space. So whether you have an altar or like me, I have like a temporary altar. I do have, shelving that I like to keep all my magical items in, and I have certain places where I put things. But when it comes to actually, magical workings, I don't really have the space on my shelf to do that. So I like to set up my table. I have this foldable table that I keep in the corner of my room. It's nice and small and compact, and I like to put like a blanket, or you can have some sort of altar cloth or whatever it is. I got this blanket for my birthday from one of my friends, and it's beautiful and I love it so much. So I like to use this blanket whenever I set up my space, whether it is a ritual or journaling. Now you can also add items to your space or your altar just to set the mood. When I do a self-love ritual spell, I like to have rose quartz present because rose quartz is a very, very good stone to have for love. I have a really big chunk of rose quartz that I like to use. We will be using rose quartz in this spell, but a little bit of a smaller piece. I also like to have a lot of selenite around. Selenite is really good for clearing out any negative energy. It clears the space. It's also really good for new beginnings and just bringing in new, great, amazing things into your life. I'm just gonna quickly go over the things that you're gonna need for the spell, and then I'll run you through the steps in the process of doing this spell. So for this, you're gonna actually need a pink candle and obviously some matches or a lighter, depending on how you wanna light your candle. And you're also gonna need a jar. Now the jar that I'm using in the spell, I actually got it at the dollar store. It came in a pack of 2. Sometimes you can get them in a larger pack, but I believe it was only like $1 or $1.25 for the 2 jars. And the thing I like about these jars is that they're reusable. So this is actually a jar that I've used before. It's really easily washed. You can empty it and reuse it for other spells. So I actually did this spell before, but I wanted to empty the jar so I can, redo it for this video. So I actually used this jar spell in the bath. This is an amazing combination of ingredients that you can add to a self-love bath. Now, as you can see on my altar space, I also have a card that I put on here. You can also pull a card to set the tone of this spell. I decided to pull a card from my goddess deck. I just felt like if I was doing a self-love spell, I really needed some goddess energy in there. So I pulled a card and I got Shakti, Transformation, and I feel like this just resonates so much with me right now. The other things you're gonna need for the spell is lavender. You're gonna need Himalayan salt. You're gonna need rose petals or rose buds, cinnamon, sugar. You can have white sugar or you can have brown sugar. Brown sugar is what I had in my house. And you can also have a little charm of some sort to attach to your jar after. I found this little heart charm that used to be a part of an old necklace that I had as a kid, and I thought it would just be amazing to attach to this jar. Not only because the heart obviously symbolizes love, but also the fact that it was part of a necklace I had as a kid. It also helps to embrace my inner child, and I think inner child work is also very important towards your journey in self-love. So I included that, and I just attached it with a piece of twine. So you're just gonna need that, and you're also gonna need something to cleanse your space. Now you can do this in many different ways. A lot of people use smoke clearing. They'll burn some sage and clear the space and clear out any sort of negative energies with the smoke. I prefer to use sound. I have a beautiful singing bowl, and I find this is just a great way to clear out any of the negative energies in the room. Another thing you can use is selenite. Selenite, again, like I said, is really good for clearing energy. So if you have a selenite wand, you can wave that around in the air. Now you can also follow up with creating a circle, casting a circle before you do the spell. I'm not going to get too much in depth about this because I feel like this could be a video in itself. I don't want to make this video too long, but if you're curious about that, there's so much information out there about casting a circle. Basically, it just creates a protective barrier around you when you're doing your magical working. So once you have, cleared the area and everything, you're going to light your pink candle. Now your pink candle, you're going to actually be using the candle wax at the end of this spell. I also also choose the pink candle because pink is associated with love and self-love, and it's just the perfect candle for, the intention that you are putting into the spell. First thing that you're going to be adding to your jar spell is sugar. Now the reason I chose sugar is because sugar is sweet, and we are often very, very hard on ourselves, and maybe even harder on ourselves honestly than other people around us. So the sugar represents that sweetness that we really need to start talking to ourselves with, whether it is in our head, whether it is things that we say out loud. So adding that sweetness just teaches you to be a little bit more gentle and sweet to yourself. Now the next ingredient you're going to add to your jar spell is your Himalayan salt. Now Himalayan salt, specifically this pink salt, is amazing for one, self-love because it's pink. You guys can start to see a theme here that pink is definitely associated with that self-love energy. But salt is also really good for clearing out any sort of negative energy. So it's going to clear out any sort of negative vibes, any sort of negative thoughts that you have towards yourself, towards your ability to, manifest your dreams, your goals, any sort of limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, about your life. Salt is going to be amazing for that. Now, as I'm adding any sort of ingredients to this jar spell, I'm putting intention into it, and that is key in all magical workings. You don't want to just throw things together and be like, okay, this magic better work for me. When you create magic, it's all about intention. You could literally do magic with nothing. It's not just the ingredients, it's how you feel, what energy you're putting into it. So as you're adding these ingredients, you can say things out loud, you can say things in your head, you can create your own sort of poem or incantation or prayer. As I'm creating this jar, I'm telling myself, I want to be kinder to myself. This jar is going to help me be kinder to myself. It's going to help me approach my life with more understanding and patience and love. Make sure you say these things because the more intention and the more love you put into the spell, the more it's going to work for you. So the next ingredient we're going to add is lavender. Now lavender is an amazing ingredient for relaxation and understanding that it's okay to, relax and slow down every once in a while. We all live in this really crazy hustle hard culture that makes us feel bad if we're not always working on something or if we're not constantly being productive. And obviously it's important to be productive, and it's important to go after the things that are important to us and really chase after those goals and those dreams. But we all need to recharge because we all live in cycles. We all have seasons. We all have times where we're very productive, but also times that we need to rest and recharge. And also we have times where we need to plant seeds and just plan things to bring into fruition in our lives. So lavender, it just reminds us that we do need that time to relax and take care of ourselves. Now the next thing we're going to add is cinnamon. I just took my scissors and I just cut a piece of the cinnamon off and I put that in the jar. Now the reason I add cinnamon is an amazing representation of that fiery element, that fire energy. And having that fiery energy is just very powerful. It teaches you to not be afraid and just go after things with a sense of fearlessness. That fire element is definitely, for me, a symbol of confidence. Now the next thing that you're going to add into this jar spell is either rose petals or rose buds. Rose is another amazing representation of self-love and beauty, and not just like beauty on the outside, but beauty on the inside. And I think it's just an amazing reminder to believe that you're beautiful, and it just helps you feel more beautiful and more confident in your own skin and in who you are, honestly, and be true to who you are. This next ingredient is optional. I love to add it, but if you don't have this, that's okay. But I like to add a small piece of rose quartz to fit in the jar as well. Like I said earlier, rose quartz is an amazing representation of love and self-love. Just having that crystal energy in there is just amazing. Crystals give off their own vibrations, and I think it's just a great topper to this jar spell. Once you've put everything in there, you're gonna put the lid on, make sure it's on tight. Now you're gonna take your pink candle that you've been letting burn, and you're gonna drip the wax over the top of the lid. It's really your choice how much wax you want to put. I do like to have a good portion of the top covered, and I like to see the candle wax drip down the side of the jar. Now if you do have a little charm like me, this is the time to tie it around the jar just to kind of finish it off. And once you have your jar, what I like to do is I like to hold it in my hands with my eyes closed and really once again put that intention into it. Now it's your choice whether you want to blow out your pink candle or just let it continue to burn through. Once you're done, if you did cast a circle, which I recommend doing, now is the time to open up the circle and finish it off. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope you guys take the time to do this for yourself. I think you'll really enjoy it. And honestly, this is something that you can bring with you anywhere. Like you can keep it in your purse, you can hold it when you're feeling a little, uneasy or not confident. Keep it by your bed when you sleep, like to keep those energies nearby when you go to sleep. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful thing that you can do for yourself. And I think, taking the time to do these kind of rituals for yourself is just really amazing and really powerful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you've tried it yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded a new video. I upload every single week, and I will be bringing out more rituals, more spells. So I'm really excited to share those with you, and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.